welcome back. This is Anna Scheller, and we're talking about follow-up this week. Follow up, follow up, follow up till they buy or die. That's what my mentor, Eric Lofholm, says. Now, that can be a little scary to think about. But before we get into our content, I want to thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching the replay. I'm getting some very positive feedback, and that's encouraging to me. And I'll be honest with you, it's what drives me to be consistent, to share this content with you, to help you grow your business so that you can enjoy your life and you're not going to have to be a slave. Sales is probably one of the very best ways that you can grow your business because sales does not respect gender, race, sexual orientation, nothing like that. Sales is sales, and if you learn how to do sales well, you have no limit on the amount of money you can make. Isn't that amazing? It's really cool. Well, anyway, follow-up is so critical to sales. Really, follow-up is critical to any relationship, particularly a business relationship. And I want to share with you a few thoughts before we close for the day. First of all, a lot of people are afraid of follow-up because they're afraid of the answer they could get. When I was in the military, one of my superior officers said to me, "Don't ask the question if you can't stand the answer." Basically, don't ask if you don't want to hear what they have to say. Problem is, in business, it doesn't work that way. You have to ask in order to know what they're going to say so you know how to move the conversation forward. And so many times we don't have because we don't ask. Follow-up is so critical that sometimes we talk ourselves out of following up because we believe that since the person hasn't heard from us or we haven't heard from them, they're not interested anymore. And there's a load of reasons why that's the case. It isn't very often that it's because they're not interested in you. And you owe it to yourself and to them to get an answer. And it's because of this fear of what people might be thinking or saying or our own fears that we will dance around the reason we're calling someone back or emailing them. So I'm going to give you a few ideas of what guidelines to use when you're following up. One guideline is that you want to direct your prospect or client to give you the information you need to move the conversation forward. Now, again, you don't want to stay focused on your need. You want to be focused on the client's need, but it's important to structure the language in such a way that the client is compelled to give you an answer one way or another. Now, before you get to that place, you have to keep in mind the purpose of your follow-up. Is it to set an appointment? Is it to close the deal? Is it to get back to the client and find out any questions they have? Be really clear what your purpose in follow-up is, and that will help you structure your email or your talk to them so that you can get the answers you're looking for. If you're looking to set up an appointment with someone, the purpose is to provide value in exchange for the time that they're spending with you. And you can even use language like the last time we spoke, you said X, Y, and Z, and I have some information that will help you with Y and Z. When can we set up an appointment? You see, that's very directive language, and it helps remind them of the reason that you're in contact in the first place. Now, keeping in mind the purpose of the contact, there are ways to lead the prospect or client to answer. A lot of times I use an either-or type of question. I'm working on your account right now. I have the file open, and I need to know whether to close the file or if you're still considering my proposal. When should we get together? Now, that will invite a response. That will invite a response. Why? I'm asking them to either tell me what to do. Are they still interested in working with me? Keep the file open. If they've gone on and moved to someone else, then they'll call and they'll say, close it. Now, some people will be a little too polite. They won't feel good about saying no to you. So you may have to go a little further and say, I know things change, and sometimes Other vendors present better solutions, and perhaps you've moved on to another one. It's okay. I simply need to know exactly what to do so that I know how to proceed with your account in the future. You see, you're asking them to give you information. And most people, especially if you take the burden off of them of saying no, they will accommodate you and let you know something. Because isn't it better to know something than to keep wondering? I mean, I know it is for me. So keep in mind that you don't want to dance around the prospect. You don't want to dance around the reason you're calling. Be upfront, but be diplomatic. Second, direct your prospects to give you an answer. Use language that helps them to tell you what the next step that they're expecting is. Is it to set the appointment? Is it to get back with you about getting an answer? What do they need? What do they need to tell you so you know what to do? And it's okay to let them know. I would like to know what the next steps are for us to move forward. Do I keep the file open? Or have you moved on to another vendor? Or are you still interested? Try different things. Even as I do it, I'm trying different ways to see what responses I get from people, because it's okay to experiment. It's okay to learn what works and what doesn't. It's so important. So I hope you've gotten some value out of this. I've had a lot of fun. I do a lot of follow-up. I have cards that I keep in front of me to remind me to follow up with people. So let me know how this is impacting you. Where do you struggle when it comes to follow-up? Let me know. Put it down in the chat and direct message me, and I'll be happy to spend some time with you going through how we can create a sales breakthrough for you. In the meantime, please like my Facebook page at facebook.com/Anna for your success. That's Anna with 2 N's, the number 4, your success. Have a great day.